Yep.
Welcome back, y'all. Weekly Insider playoff season wild card weekend. Um, but before we hop into that, let's talk some football news. We got coaches being fired left and right. Um,
Yep.
Nagy. I mean, actually, I'll have Tyler go over the list because he.
Yeah, there's three open positions for GMs, first of all.
Yeah.
Vikings, Bears, and Giants. I saw last night the Vikings interviewed a
You
female.
say you say Bills?
No, Vikings.
No, no, no.
Bears,
Bears.
Vikings, Bears,
Oh,
and Giants.
I was like,
Um,
what?
and Vikings last night interviewed a female, and I didn't ever know there had been a female GM before. There was a female GM in 1983, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, but she's actually an Eagles like VP of personnel or something like that. So that was kind of interesting. Um, and then for the head coaching vacancies, there's obviously the Raiders and Jaguars from earlier this year. People are kind of saying the Raiders should keep their uh, interim guy right now. I mean, they
feel like
got to
he's
the
doing
playoffs.
pretty well.
They
Yeah.
looked just as good as they were with Gruden. So I mean, I don't have an issue with that. But then there's obviously, like I said, Jaguars. Um, Surprise one was Miami firing Flores, who will likely be a hot name.
Makes
I
no
guess
sense why
I
they
guess
fired
that
him.
was mainly because of like differences between him and the GM, I guess, and they decided to keep the GM over him. Which I don't know, because the roster hasn't honestly gotten that much better for the amount of picks that they had, amount of money they have. So I would have kept Flores over the GM, but it is what it is, I guess. Bears and Vikings unsurprisingly fired their head coaches. So that's now five. The Giants a day later fired Joe Judge, which I think they were almost bullied into doing it because the
Oh, they
second
had
Flores
to have,
got
bro,
his
because
job,
they
there
were,
was just
yeah, they were
no way.
very persistent about keeping him, and then all of a sudden, like,
Yeah. Well, it was kind of similar to Doug Peterson last year, where he had a meeting with the GM or the owners, where basically he had to present his plan for the future,
yeah,
and it just didn't align with what the owners envisioned for the team, so they let go of Peterson, um, and now it happened with Judge. And then kind of another surprise one to me, I guess a lot of people weren't too surprised with it, like within the NFL world, I guess, was Texans firing Dave Culley. He was pretty old. I think he's pushing 70, which is old for a first-time head coach. But I mean, the team performed a lot better than anybody expected them to this year. Like they were competitive in more games than they were supposed to be, and they
yeah,
won more games than they were supposed to. So I mean, I guess my thought was, what's the point of hiring him at all if you already planned on letting him go at the end of the year? Just hire whoever you wanted to hire last year.
yeah, that
And
didn't
like
make any sense.
rumor is they want to their top candidate is the Patriots defensive coordinator, Jared Mayo, who was a like 10-year vet linebacker not too long ago, honestly. Like I remember him being um but I don't know, I would just think like if he's your top guy from last year and he's already your top guy this year, then why not just hire him last year and get experience with a shit team? Like
Yeah,
kind of work out the kinks. Um but we'll see. I think they're the first team that's really announced their top candidate. I haven't like there's been a ton of interviews. I
oh,
think I've
I'm
seen
sure, yeah,
20. I think as of yesterday it was 21 different potential head coach candidates have already been interviewed or have interviews lined up.
yeah,
So there's a lot of
it's a
guys getting
lot,
interviewed.
it's a lot.
Um, but I think Mayo and the Texans are the first ones being kind of linked together, or well, publicly linked together. Like
Yeah,
there's obviously Harbaugh and the Dolphins were a common one, but that's just people's expectations. It wasn't anything officially said. But this Texans Mayo one is the first one, and it came within 2 hours of them firing Culley.
yeah.
So,
So we
but
got what
yeah,
do we
those
got?
are the
We got vacancies. We got the Bears,
so we got
Vikings,
Bears,
Mi-
Vikings,
Miami,
uh, Miami, the Jets or the Giants. I mean, not Jets,
Giants.
the
Yeah,
Giants, Texans,
yeah,
Raiders, and Jaguars.
Jaguars. Yep. Damn, no
So
more
really,
Urban Meyer. Guy didn't even make it to the end of the season. Unlucky.
yeah, we love to see it for Trevor Lawrence.
I know,
But
seriously, bro.
yeah, I'm interested to see because I mean, I feel like a lot of those teams. No, there's no like bad scenarios really that anybody's walking into. I feel like. Um, the Giants, like they have a solid defense in place. They have some playmakers. They have a couple good young players on offense, and
Yeah.
then obviously the Vikings aren't a bad team. The Bears and the
Yo, the
Jaguars look
Vikings,
like good quarterbacks.
all like to be completely honest, they should have made the playoffs this year. The Vikings, their
Yeah,
offense is good enough. Kirk Cousins has been playing well. Like
yeah,
I don't do it. I don't know what happened. They just let a few games go. We were talking about them earlier this
yep.
season, how they kind of lost like one or like single digit games. Like
hmm
yeah,
And then obviously Raiders made the playoffs. Texans probably have the worst case, but I mean,
probably.
they have the most money. They have Deshaun Watson. So
Well,
whichever.
here. Okay. Hold on. Well, what if Flores goes back, or Brian Flores goes not back, but goes to the Texans, and then Watson stays at the Texans so he can play there.
Well, I mean, Mayo's are. Oh, there's also the Broncos. So there is 8 vacancies.
Oh, I was right.
Forgot the Broncos fired Fangio on.
Fangio,
They fired
yeah.
him on Sunday. That's why I forgot about it. Because I remember Monday there was 3 guys fired.
Yeah.
So I forgot about Fangio the day before because they played on Saturday.
A lot of people.
I saw someone say Flores should go there because they already have that same defensive alignment with a 3-4, so he can work with what they already have on defense, which is really good.
Yeah.
And then Watson obviously wanted one of the reasons like Miami was because of Flores, and Broncos are obviously a team that needs a quarterback, so they can be a team that. But I don't know. I don't really know where Flores ends up. I think he'll end up somewhere. He was too good of a coach to end up somewhere. But I think a team that makes most sense for him is the Giants, just because Judge had a similar, obviously coming from New England as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think the Giants roster is probably better than the Dolphins roster. Not much, but a little. And I mean, he went 9-8, and the Giants went 4-13. So, I mean, I think at least gives him back into the winning state of mind, I guess. But we'll see. I'm really looking to see how all these 8 vacancies play out.
I'm very excited, actually. I'm very excited.
20-something candidates.
But we've been holding it off too long. Let's go to the damn playoff games. We got 6 wonderful NFL matchups this weekend. Honestly, all of these games I think could go either way, except for maybe really one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, you never know. It's the playoffs. Who knows?
No, you know.
Nah, you don't. But anyways, let's hop right into it, baby. We got Saturday, 2 games. We got the first one starting it off. We got the Raiders at the Cincinnati Bengals. This is going to be a really good game. I'm a big fan of the Bengals. Love me some Joe Burrow. Been saying it all year. But I am going to go with the Raiders.
Yeah, I think the Raiders, they keep kind of overperforming like all year. Well, I can't say all year because they started out hot. Everybody was on them. And then they slowed down and everybody cooled off them. So, like, they underrated them in the beginning, overrated them midway, and then they underrated them now. But, I don't know. I just don't see it with the Raiders. I think the Raiders might be comparable to the Bengals on offense, I guess, as far as being able to put up points. Kind of different styles, though. But I don't think their defense is nearly what the Bengals is.
Yeah.
Aside from, they do have one of the best pass duos in the league with Ngakoue and Max Crosby. So I think those guys would have to just wreak havoc on Joe Burrow, who was still one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league, so it could happen. But I don't think the Raiders have the DB group to handle all the deep shots with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, and then still Joe Mixon being able to run up the middle and control the offense or control the line of scrimmage almost.
Yeah.
So I just don't think it's a great matchup for the Raiders. But I wouldn't be surprised at all because the Raiders, just like last week, to have these games where it's like nobody's expecting it and they somehow win a game.
I know. That's what I'm excited for. So you going Bengals, though? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm going Bengals.
All right. That's good. Little difference right off the rip. All right, next game. We got our other Saturday night game. We have the Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. Oh, man. Bills lost against the Patriots last time they were home, and then they went to New England to beat them. So now this is basically the best of 3. But Bills are home. It's going to be freaking 5 degrees out. It's going to be so cold. So we'll see what happens. But I am going to go with the Patriots.
Really? Oh, you're just hedging your bet, though.
No, fuck no. I'm going with the goddamn Bills, baby. Fucking let's go. Come on. Bills ain't fucking losing the Patriots. I don't care. No chance. We're not losing the damn Patriots. I'm telling you that right now. Not losing.
I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Good.
I think that this is the Patriots. I mean, there's always like that stigma of like, oh, playoff football, it's grinded out wins. And I mean, no, it is. But in today's NFL, it's more offensive designed.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters as much. But when it's 5 degrees, you have a relatively young head coach. Have the Bills really had much playoff success yet? I can't remember if they won any playoff games the last couple of years. So I don't think they got to the AFC Championship, did they?
Last year.
Did they? They lost to the Chiefs?
Yeah, they lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
Oh, I thought they lost before that for some reason.
Nah, they went. I think they lost the year prior to that, or maybe like 2 years prior to that. They won one playoff game and then lost, yeah. Or actually, no, they might have lost against... I don't actually remember, but either
I
way,
can't remember. But
no, they did well last year.
I don't know. I just think Belichick.
I mean, it's
I
Belichick,
think
so
that defense is going to be sound. He'll. I mean, when it's cold, you never know. Especially with the Patriots' ability to run the ball. I mean, Bills aren't that great against the run. They're okay, but Patriots have one of the best offensive lines. They have obviously a really good running back duo. They have some playmakers that can make plays after they get the ball, receiving game. So I don't know. I just feel like the Bills are more designed to win a 5-degree game in Buffalo in January. Like, I mean, the Bills kind of built their team to compete against the Chiefs and the Chargers and I don't know who else there is. I guess the Bengals even.
Gunslingers.
Yeah, like these shootouts where they got to win games 35-30. But I think this is the type of game where the Patriots can grind out like a 21-20 type one. I think it'll be close.
I respect it.
But I'm rooting for the Bills because I would like to see them win something. But I don't know. I just feel like the Patriots are just kind of designed to win this type of game.
Alrighty. Well, that brings us on to our next game, Sunday, 1 o'clock. We got your Philadelphia Eagles at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm going with the Bucks.
Going with the Bucks. Me too, man. I do think the Philadelphia Eagles do have a chance, whether you want to believe it or not.
Yeah.
I think
no AB and no Godwin.
I will admit I've been like a low key Jalen hater, and I'm starting to come a little bit around.
I haven't been low key on it.
Oh yeah, because I would agree with you on something like that. Like he's just not that good, but like just watching it, he's such a good athlete. I think that really helps his case as a quarterback. So I'm a big fan of him. He can make big plays.
He's improving at an incredible rate. When he took him second round, I was like, "There's no way he should have been a second rounder. He's a 4th-round guy out of college, 4th, 5th-round guy, like a good athlete. That's about it. Can't throw." And last year I was like, "Okay, he made like a couple plays. Maybe he has like some potential." And like I thought he had potential. I was just like, I don't think he'll reach it, just because I think there were so many flaws that were kind of popped out, especially accuracy wise.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, just every single game, every game, it just seems like he looked better than the last. So he's just improving at an incredible rate, and I hope he keeps it up. Definitely, he's fine. I don't think he's a great quarterback, but I mean, the athleticism, obviously, he has the potential too.
Yeah.
It's not like he has a bad arm. It's just mainly accuracy issues, sometimes decision making.
And I've said it with Josh Allen too when we drafted him. I was like, I don't know why we took him.
But a lot of Bills fans hated Josh Allen off the draft.
He's awesome. He's doing so well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're both going Bucks here, I think.
I think it's yin and yang. Eagles have the top rushing offense in the league. Bucks have, for years, been one of the best rushing defenses.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of the battle of the schemes, and I just think Bengals all around have the better. Not Bengals, Bucks have all around better team.
This man's throwing a bunch of B's around. Broncos, Bengals, Bucks. Oh, shit. All right, let's go to our next one. 4:30 Sunday. We got the 49ers at the Cowboys. This is one of the games I'm actually looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
I love the 49ers, and Dallas is interesting because I feel like they underperform against decent teams.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going with 49ers here. I think the 49ers win this game.
Yeah, I think it's funny because I just said last game it was yin versus yang, but this is the epitome because the 49ers are on defense, they're all right against the run, and they're obviously great running the ball on offense. But the Cowboys are great on offense passing the ball, where the 49ers are not good on defense, and their run defense sucks. So it's like the 49ers are going to be able to run the ball up and down the field. The Cowboys can throw the ball up and down the field too.
Yeah.
So I took 49ers money line in one of my bets, so I'll stick with that, but it would not surprise me at all if this Cowboys honestly even win this by 20. Just because I think they could easily, because that 49ers defensive backs are not great.
Yep.
But you hope that, their D-line can get some pressure. I don't know. Or the Cowboys defense.
There's the best part is there's playmakers on both sides of the ball, so you never know.
Yeah, this should be a really exciting game because neither defense is that great. Both offenses are really fun to watch.
All right, well that moves us on to our Sunday night game, an absolute thriller. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs. I mean, realistically, there's really not much we could talk about, but I don't know. Somewhere deep down, I really think the Steelers might keep it close, might keep it interesting. So,
I think they get blown out. I was about to say I think they close, but I took the by a lot.
I think it's going to be more than a close game than people think. So
I think it'll be closer than last time because last time 38-10 or something like that.
Oh, right. I do remember.
They were down like 31-0, 35-3. So I think it's closer than that. But I still just don't see the Steelers being able to go up and down the field, keep up in that Chiefs offense.
Yeah, no, not me either. All right, well, that's a pretty easy one. Let's move on to our Monday night game, the final game of our wild card weekend. Got the Arizona Cardinals at the LA Rams.
Rams.
You're going Rams? Me too.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
I said, even when they were like 7-0, I said for some reason Cardinals were tender. I think they finished the year 2-5. I think the last 2 years, Cliff King's in September and October has gone like 13-3,
mm-hmm.
and then aside from that, he's like 5-12. So like late in the year. So I don't know. I again just don't see it with the Cardinals.
I don't think the Cardinals are. I think they're fun to watch, but I don't think they're like a playoff. Like they are a playoff team clearly, but you know what I mean. They're not like competitive enough. I feel.
Yeah. They're just soft. They're soft on both sides of the ball. They're great against the run. Although J. Watt's back, that honestly does things. They're solid on defense run when he's there. But once he got hurt, I think it was the game before they started losing.
Mm-hmm.
So if he is back, that changes things. It's obviously so with DeAndre Hopkins to be missing.
DeAndre Hopkins, yeah, he's still.
But I just think the Rams are. I mean, McVay versus Kingsbury's not even. I think could be fired by the end of next. I think he's kind of his opportunity, but we'll see because Cardinals can obviously put up points in bunches. Quarterback, but so can the Rams. Theirs.
Yeah, buddy. So we're both going Rams here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it, man. 6 games. I'm excited to watch all of them. I've been saying to like some coworkers, I think all the teams in the playoffs right now have like a pretty legit shot to win the Super Bowl, maybe except for a couple. But I feel like
Steelers and Eagles don't. Steelers and Eagles have no chance.
Yeah, those are the two basically. I said that like the couple that came.
Yeah.
But I realistically could see any of these teams like with the coaching staff and if they might be lacking in the coaching, they have a really good team around it. So I mean, it's very interesting. I'm excited. There's not really like because like you look at 2 years ago, you look at the KC, they were like the hand-to-hand favorite. Like I don't know. Now I feel like it's more open to anyone. So
yeah.
So I'm definitely excited for this playoffs. But any final words, Ty?
What, it was like cutting out or just
talking? It was cutting out. I can't tell if it's because your laptop when you talk quite fast, it doesn't pick up everything because like I have an actual mic, so it picks up all my words, or at least for the most part. And through Discord, it might be a little like wonky, but
yeah,
it's whatever. For the most part, basically talked about how all the teams have playmakers and anything can happen. So
yeah, all these teams can put up a lot of points, or like the Patriots can just shut you down totally, even the Bills.
Exactly.
So there's really only one team, Packers, I think, good on both sides, and there's really only one or two that I question on both sides.
Yeah.
AKA everybody, there's it's like yeah.
So real quick before we end it, Fufu wanted to let everyone know that he thinks the Patriots are gonna win because he's an asshole, and he said the Titans are gonna win it all, and he said our dynasty league sucks. I don't. He was just talking shit though. Oh fuck! His team's already better than Dylan's, so.
It already was.
I know, but anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Go Bills, fly Eagles, fly.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Yeah. Yes, sir. But yeah, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. We'll see you next week for the divisional rounds. And